Hello and welcome to Digital Assets class. First off, let me say I am not a financial advisor. These videos are for education and entertainment purposes only. I encourage everyone to do their own research and never invest more than you can afford to lose. Okay, so I often tell everyone, in all my videos to do your own research. And in the process of doing research, you're probably going to come across some terms or some terminology that you're not quite familiar with. I know I wasn't when I first started doing my research and looking into blockchain, cryptocurrencies, and digital assets. So I'm just going to go over a few things that just to make your research a little easier when you're out, looking at different opportunities. One of the things that you'll see, especially on like Twitter and any type of blog or group setting, even Reddit or something like that, you'll see the word FUD being used a lot. People talk about FUD, basically fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Now, this comes from misinformation about digital assets, particular digital assets and stuff like that. Like people are, either they don't know any better or they may even be spreading FUD intentionally just because they don't agree with a certain project's philosophy or whatever. They might think something is decentralized when it's not, or is centralized when it's not. And that's another thing that we want to go over, which is centralized versus decentralized. Now, most of the finances of today in fiat currency and banks and governments are pretty much controlling everything. That's a centralized system. And one of the great things about Bitcoin and XRP and all these other digital assets is that they're looking to be decentralized, which there is no governing body, no one that can say, hey, we're going to hold this money, or we're going to have a bank holiday or anything like that. The money basically, or the coins and digital assets, are basically yours, and there's no central governing body that can take control of that from you. There are exchanges right now, and people do have their digital assets on exchanges, which eventually I would advise everyone to take their assets off of the exchanges, even the exchanges like Binance or Coinbase, Polynex, any of the exchanges out there. You can actually download a Ledger Nano S and hold your own digital currency. That would be my suggestion, especially as you build your digital assets up and you start having more and more. You definitely want to order a Ledger Nano S. That's probably one of the most secure ways to store your own digital assets off of the exchanges. But things like that, people will sit up there and talk about them. They'll spread misinformation and stuff, and you want to avoid that when you're doing your research. And if you do hear somebody talking about something in specific, go straight to the source. Go straight to, like for XRP, you go straight to Ripple's website. They have very smart people. Their CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, one of their chief technical people is David Schwartz. They've written white papers. Pretty much every one of the digital assets out there has what they call a white paper, which is a technical write-up of as far as what the asset is, its use case, what type of technology that it's using, what type of blockchain technology it's using. So yeah, it's plenty of information out there. Just be careful on some of the places that you get it from. When you, like I said, when you're in a forum area or forum type of situation, be careful of the people that you're listening to. Like I said, you can always go to the horse's mouth, go to the actual project or digital assets webpage and get the information right from the horse's mouth as far as what they're offering and what they're doing. Another term that you'll see a lot of is FOMO, fear of missing out. And a lot of that happens when prices start rising. Like we've been in this bear market for over a year now, or right at a year. And there's not a whole lot of fear on missing out right now, and that's a good thing, because now is the time to actually buy. You know, most of the currencies are pretty low, and you don't want to get to the point where, say, XRP right now is at 36 cents, then it goes to 50 cents, then it goes to $1, then it's like, oh my God, I need to get in before, you know, the price gets too high, and you can't hardly get any. So that's the fear of missing out. When the price starts rising like that, people start, you know, panicking. And, you know, that even happened last year in 2017 when the prices started going up. I had all my friends were like, oh my God, how do I get in? I'm going to miss out. Da, 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 da. So you don't want to take that chance. You want to go ahead and get in early when you can take your time, do the research, and make sure you're making a good sound decision, not something that you're rushing into. So yeah, before the prices start going up, get your research done and get on in there. Now, you also hear blockchain. You hear me talk about blockchain all the time. So what is blockchain? Blockchain is basically an open record of all the transactions that take place. So if you're in Bitcoin, they use what is called a proof of work, or POW. That's the technology they use in their blockchain in order to record and track all the transactions that happen. Blockchain is the reason the governments and different industries are so excited, because it's a record of everything, and it's open where anybody can examine it. So imagine, you know, a company opening up their books, you know what I'm saying, to see their actual transactions and actual, you know, their actual ledger. That's phenomenal, because now there's transparency. People can see what's going on. You know, you can't really hide and manipulate things the way that you used to. And that's where everything is going to with these financial these tools, because people want transparency. They want to see what's happening with money. You know, they want to see, oh, well, such and such bank, you know, transferred $5 million last night into a Forex account in order to do trading. Then they transferred it back, you know, at 6 o'clock in the morning. You'll be able to see all of that. You know, now, true enough, you may not, it'll take a lot of research for you to track down, you know, what address is what, and, you know, all of that. But still, the fact that it's an open ledger and transactions are being calculated and tracked is really what people are looking for, what industries are looking for, because there's no more hiding behind your cooked up books and stuff like that. Another form of blockchain, another technology behind that uses blockchain technology, is proof of stake. Now you've got coins like Dash and Neo that use proof of stake. Again, that's another form of blockchain. It's another technology that's used. And you also hear stuff like mining. Mining is basically when computers are solving a complex algorithm or cryptography that is going to create another block in the chain. So like I've said, you know, when you when you buy Bitcoin and you do a transfer from your account to, say, another account, say you're going from your CashApp to your Binance account, that transaction has to go through an algorithm in order for it to verify that that's a legitimate transaction. So it goes out. That's why you end up seeing, okay, on Binance, it has to clear at least 2 confirmations in order for it to be a legitimate transaction. And that's basically your transaction going out, and these computers trying to solve this complex algorithm and saying, okay, this is correct, or, you know, this transaction is legitimate because we've been able to mine the information, and now we've got it. So yeah, we've confirmed it. Then another miner may have to confirm it. So mining is basically computers solving a complex algorithm that's been put together using headers and information about the transaction. XRP uses a totally different type of blockchain technology. called it the Interledger, which theirs is more of a consensus, and there is no mining that takes place with XRP's blockchain. All their coins are already pre-mined, and by doing that, they save a lot of energy. You don't have to have these big computer pools and these computer farms and stuff like that in order to try to build the blockchain and issue coins, because the coins are already there. So it's much faster, much less expensive, much more energy efficient, and just an overall better coin. That's one of the main reasons that XRP is my primary digital asset, is because it's a much better asset overall. It's a much better technology. They came along after Bitcoin. David Schwartz, like I said, the chief technical officer over at Ripple, helped develop the XRP Interledger, and they basically took the white papers from Bitcoin and improved on every aspect of it. So with that, like I said, those are just some of the terms that you'll run across, some of the terminology that you'll run across when you're doing your research. And it's always a good thing, like I said, to look, to read and understand what's going on. And like I said, I hope this is able to help a lot of people out. Next thing I wanted to go over was some very good news today. Brad Garlinghouse tweeted today that, last year some notable critics said financial institutions would never use a digital asset in their payment flows. As I said then, if it offers their customers a better experience at a lower cost, they will, and they are. So basically, Ripple put out a statement today. 200 plus financial institutions are leveraging RippleNet to make international payments faster, lower cost, and more transparent. So XRP and Ripple, Ripple, the company behind XRP, is actually making major strides in the financial industry. They've got several, as you can see, over 200 financial institutions worldwide that are actually have signed contracts to work with RippleNet. Some of those are going to be actually using XRapid, which uses XRP to send payments cross-border. And that's Ripple's #1 goal, is to make cross-border payments more efficient, more transparent, and faster, at a lower cost for their customers. So XRP is really, I'm really happy that I heard about XRP and Ripple, and I'm happy to share that information with everyone else, because like I said, this is about to be world changing. This is one of those opportunities that you just do not want to miss. And like I said, I'm glad that I'm able to share this with you guys. I hope more people are sharing it with their families and friends. And let's do this thing together. Like I said, I really want everybody to win in this situation. And the more people that get in, and the more people that understand this is an opportunity of a lifetime, the more people that can meet up on some beach somewhere and really enjoy ourselves and kick back and have us a drink with an umbrella in it and say, hey, we did it. So thanks everybody for listening today. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share with your friends and family. Thanks.